Guys, we are gonna have a great adventure today. This is what we always look forward to here at Hickory Creek Farms. Guys, what you got in your hands there?
Arson tools.
Oh my, what? What are you gonna do with them?
Arson.
Arson? What are you talking about?
Burning.
We're gonna burn something. What are we gonna burn?
Pasture.
Pastures. Johnny, why are we burning?
Clear off the old growth and let more sunlight down to get the new growth going.
Very good. So we're not hurting the pastures, right?
Ask the agronomist.
Agrono, Jared, we're not hurting them, are we?
No, it doesn't hurt them.
It helps them, doesn't it?
It helps them.
All right, so you guys join us for our grand adventure of burning pastures.
Take off.
There they go! Watch out! Watch out! Watch out! Well, guys, we are not in a pasture right now. We are right beside the wheat field. You see the green? When you see a green field like that in the winter, or just coming out of winter like we are doing here at the end of February, even now it's too warm for this time of year, but we've got to burn because the waterways and the pastures will green up and then you can't burn. And I want to show you why we're burning. This is the waterway. It separates these two wheat fields. If you don't burn and keep it mown up, then you have all of this brush that starts growing up in your waterway. Pretty soon you got big old trees and it's not healthy. See those, look at these big thorn trees growing here. They are not supposed to be here. These are locust trees. Take a look at those thorns. Honestly, these are the worst trees that we find on our farm. And we do not want them taking over waterways and pastures, which are what they will do if you don't burn and mow. Another really bad thing is to have these briars take over your waterways and pastures. These have tiny little thorns on them. And if you don't burn, they really take over as well. See those little thorns? Look how thick they are here. So we're gonna light this on fire. The wind is just right today. Not much of it, so it ought not to burn fast. And believe you me, we are very cautious about burning. Don't light it up during a windy day. And we kind of have the know-how to know what we're doing. Don't ever do this, boys and girls.
It's really bad.
John has just lit the beginning of the waterway. I almost stepped back a little bit. Looks like the wind is out of the southwest.
Doesn't look like it.
Might just mention that green field of wheat is winter wheat. It's planted in the fall. And it can survive winter. This winter we had a cold snap, cold. And it all turned brown and it totally looked dead. But the first warm spell we got and a little bit of rain, it turned green again and now it's growing nicely. So it'll be harvested early summer. It's the only crop that we plant in the fall. Anything else will die in the winter. And there's Sarah. She's taking a wet gunny sack and putting it out at the start so it can't come back this way. The wind will carry it the other direction, but we don't want it to burn back towards me. And there's our little pack of dogs. They love to be part of this process too, don't you, Coop? Yeah. Coop the fire dog. The wind is picking up a bit, isn't it? This back burning, John tells me, is a method that folks use to fight forest fires. They back burn like this. So it stops when it gets to the burn part. Now we're working our way all the way across this waterway, backfiring, just to protect this row of trees, and we don't want it to go any further than where we are right now. We don't want it to go back behind us. So we're backfiring this whole length, and then it'll just take its time and burn, hopefully, burn all the way up this waterway of dried grass. This brown grass is what we're burning. And it is so much fun watching the new growth, the spring grass being able to push its way up. And it can do that a whole lot easier without all that dead grass there. And it is beautiful in the spring when it's all green. Ooh, look at it take off, Johnny. We gotta watch it. It did.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, that old wind picked up, so it might be a little harder. Gotta be careful. We don't want it to get away from us. John's just using a pitchfork to put it out. Looky there, guys. Now we've backfired all of this, and now it can't go anywhere except forward. Looky there. And this waterway, a waterway, by the way, is a lower channel kind of thing that's made, where the water runs out of the field when we get a lot of rain into these lower waterways that are built, and it drains it off of the field, so you don't have erosion happening. The erosion doesn't carry away all your soil. So now it can only go forward on this waterway, and it's totally surrounded by wheat now, so it can't get away. Hi, Kipper, what do you think? Kipper's always looking for something to chase. A rabbit, a squirrel, a coon, a possum, an armadillo. Oh, yes. Cap is our mighty hunter. Now Jared is using matches to start his little fires. But after he gets them started, John's going to show us a little trick with the pitchfork that you can use. It goes a lot faster than the matches. You just get some of that dead grass onto your pitchfork and light it. And as you go across, some of that falls off and catches that on fire. What'd you get, Johnny? An old hedge post. Now we've gone to the opposite side and we've lit it, and it is burning its way towards what's already been burned, and watch what happens when it reaches it. And that's why you back burn. It is windy, windy, windy. It really carries those flames fast. It's windier than we want it to be. But you can believe that we are being very, very cautious and back burning to make sure it doesn't get away. Look, when it reaches the black that's already been back burned, there's no fuel for it to burn. So it goes out. And we just have smoke. Now it's time to move to the other side of the waterway. And we're gonna, now that we've back burned that, we will start at the other end and do the same. Whoa, it's a bumpy ride! I hope I don't fall off this thing. There we go. Hey, yeah. Can't feel the wind. Are the trees blocking it somehow? It'd be more manageable without that wind blowing so hard.
Yeah, I mean, I'd like to burn all of this, but it's not worth the risk of it taking off down there, and I think it's pretty good risk of that.
Yeah, sounds good.
Nope, nope, all the way to the wheat. You weren't, you have to put down like that. Not that far.
Now our goal is to start here where we're standing and burn all the way up this waterway. And I don't know if you can see it or not, but boy, in the distance you can see where we've come from, and it's still burning. So this fire that we're lighting now, we'll burn towards that, and it will go out when it reaches the burned place.
What? Don't light that. Oh! You always gotta watch out for that with a pitchfork.
Did you get stabbed?
No. There's one burning right there. Although you do need to watch out for that too.
Yeah. I always think of Will when we do this. Several years ago, our oldest son, he was climbing into the back of the four-wheeler we were burning, and somehow he got the pitchfork in his leg. Had to go to the ER. That was not the highlight of our day. So you have to be very careful when you're doing this job. What did you find, Cooper Dipper? What did you find? Oh, he's been to the pond and he's found, I think it's an armadillo shell. Is that an armadillo shell? You never know what you might find out here. We are just about finished back burning this waterway, and we will be able to leave and go to the next area as it works its way up the brown dead grass of the waterway. We are right next to the pond, and I want you to see we are actually getting some water to fill up our dry pond. Isn't that fun? Looky there, Millie likes it. Good job, Meow Meow. Woo! Cooper is the water dog, though. He loves that water. So we are awfully thankful for the rain that we've had to fill our pond. And it isn't full by any means, but it's a whole lot better than it has been the last 2 years. And we are hoping the drought has ended, but we don't know yet. Time will tell. Woo, I feel that. That is one hot fire. Now we have backburned at the other end, so it can't get out of control. And it's a good thing, because that wind is carrying it quickly. And that is one hot fire that you're not putting out. Fire is a wonderful, terrible thing. Now there's a wheat field right on the other side of that fire, and that's going to put it out. It can't go beyond that wheat field because it's green, wet. See? Look at that. Now there's just smoke. Now that we've gotten the waterways taken care of, we're coming down to the pasture that is prairie grass. This is the original grass that the pioneers would have found when they came to Kansas years and years ago. That's our prairie pasture, and we're going to burn it off. This is kind of a fun one to do. It's totally surrounded where it can't get away, the fire can't get away. It's either got creek around it or road. So it's fun just to light it and watch it burn. And when we're finished, we're gonna go look for the buffalo wallows. And it is lit. We're gonna go around to the other side and light the other side. Well, guys, we are down in the prairie the next day, the next morning, and this is what we find. Isn't that something? Pretty gross, huh? Pretty ugly. And do you remember I told you I would show you our buffalo wallow in the prairie? You see that dip in the land right there? It's kind of a lighter color black. That is a buffalo wallow. Isn't that cool? Now, let me assure you, we do not have buffalo right now wandering around our prairie. That's from years and years and years ago. Now, it looks ugly now, but you will not believe how beautiful it's going to look. Oh, in possibly a week, especially if we get more warm weather, which we're supposed to, and some rain. It's going to be beautiful. Now, it looks ugly now, but you will not believe how beautiful it's going to look. Oh, in possibly a week, especially if we get more warm weather, which we're supposed to, and some rain. It's going to be beautiful. You will not believe how beautiful it turns. It will be green, like a carpet of green. So guys, with that, I'm going to call it quits for the burn. And I'm going to get to work on this beautiful sunshiny day. Thanks for joining me. I sure appreciate it. Don't forget to like and subscribe to tell your friends about Born in a Barn. Bye.